Police investigate an arson caused by 2 Urbana boys.
Also, a place for U of I faculty and staff to go get their electronics fixed for free opens up.
Then we take a look at our CU neighbor who is working to overcome adversities.
Your UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, this is your UI7 Newsbreak.
Hello, welcome to UI7 Newsbreak. I'm Heather Muno.
And I'm Masaki Sugimoto.
More details arise from an Urbana arson that happened Tuesday morning.
2 boys ages 10 and 13 years old were arrested and detained for causing the fire. The basement fire at 1304 North Broadway caused damage estimated at $75,000. The police report says that the house was vacant and for sale at the time of the fire. The 2 boys who caused the fire were runaways from Urbana. According to reporting by the News Gazette, the young boys set papers and a couch on fire and ran away when they were unable to smother it. Judge Tom DeFanis ordered the juveniles to be held in detention until their trial on November 1st.
Shattered phone screens and malfunctioning laptops are issues we experience on a college campus all the time. Instead of going out and buying a brand new device, we'll see how the Sustainable Electronics Initiative helps you repair your devices for free.
One day, Jennifer Delurie's TV stopped working.
So I hauled my 42-inch TV over to the gadget garage, and Madeline and I sat down and we took the cover off of it. And you look at it and it's, 4 circuit boards full of electronics that are hiding behind that plastic back.
With the assistance of Gadget Garage helpers, Delurie was able to fix her TV. Besides fixing devices, Joyce Grogum says the Illini Gadget Garage is intended to help demystify technology.
Nowadays we see these as black boxes, and we just don't understand how they work. We don't think we can understand how they work. But everybody can. It's just a matter of believing that you can and taking the time to sit down with folks and figure it out.
Delurie says you sit down with a volunteer and work together to fix the problems with your device. She says it's an empowering experience.
So that they can go forward and feel like they have options and that they understand more about what their electronics are and what their options are for replacing or fixing them, instead of having other people make the decisions for them because they're intimidated by it.
The goal of IGG is to create a culture on campus of repairing rather than replacing. The Illini Gadget Garage is now open to fix your electronic devices. Hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. and Wednesdays from noon until 3. In Champaign, I'm Heather Muno, UI7 Newsbreak.
The annual law school fair was in session on Tuesday. The Future Lawyers of America came prepared to meet with representatives from schools all over the country. May it please the court, or at least the representatives in the room. This was the mentality of university students who attended this year's law school fair. Students suited up and even brought copies of their resumes so they could stand out. The fair hosted over 100 schools, and students could talk one-on-one with representatives at each booth. Every student had a different approach. Some took notes and others collected free booklets and goodies like gavel-shaped pencils. University sophomore Adam Camp said you can never be too prepared when applying for law school.
I came to the law fair because, I'm a sophomore, but it's never too early to look at law schools. I'm looking at schools in Chicago where there's good firms, and I'm looking at international law and human rights, so I'm excited about that.
Camp still has lots of time, but for seniors, it's decision time. Most law school applications are due in November and December.
A student on campus is struggling to find a solution after their handicap-accessible van has become unusable. Newsbreak's Claire Stugel is going to tell us more details.
Drew Peterson is just like any other senior. He's thinking about job prospects, grad school, and he loves to travel.
This was when we went to Craters of the Moon. This was this summer. We went on a 30-day road trip, and this was one of our stops. We got to go check out, this is just a huge area of just old rocks.
He just happens to have spinal muscular atrophy, which has kept him in a wheelchair for most of his life. But he hasn't let that hold him back.
I like to be able to travel and go camping, and I've been to a few different music festivals where you camp at throughout the country. One was in Arkansas, one was in Colorado, so I'm kind of all over the place.
He's done a lot of it thanks in part to his handicap-accessible van, Old Blue.
I feel like a lot of people that are faced with my disability don't have, the right kind of transportation to get around or to be able to even just do functional things around their town.
But the miles have added up, and now it looks like it might be the end of the road for Old Blue.
The shock started not being able to get put together again because there's no metal left.
The problems with the van are mainly structural, where rust is punctured through the metal. Looking from beneath Drew's car, you can see that it's pretty rusted underneath the shocks and below the car. If we were to actually lift it up, we'd be able to see that there's a hole at the center of the bottom of the car. Peterson says he has had to use it in spite of the fact that it's dangerous, to get to things like doctor's appointments and to buy groceries.
No, they said that I shouldn't be driving it, but I don't have any other choice right now.
He says getting a replacement would be pricey, as new vans usually run about $80,000 and used ones are still expensive.
I don't have the resources to buy a van myself, or and there's no outside sources of funding for somebody in my position that you can just look to help you get something as large as a handicapped vehicle.
And the clock is ticking. He plans to head to grad school next year and says the van would be necessary for him to make the move.
I'm going to have to put my life on hold, and I'm going to have to change the way that, I live my life, and things are going to be, I'm going to have to slow down.
Peterson says he hasn't given up hope. He started a GoFundMe and is looking towards the future. In Champaign, Claire Stuckel, UI7 Newsbreak.
When we come back, a Champaign haunted house uses interesting scare tactics in drawing in customers.
Also, U of I students gathered to turn a campus crosswalk into a dance party. Stay tuned.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed our own.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities. Chess really isn't my thing. I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Images have surfaced of clowns invading the dimly lit streets of U of I's campus. Champaign residents are experiencing the clown hysteria that affected people across the country.
Those at the Bonesaw Mill Haunted House who take responsibility for the image caution that these images and sightings are not everything they may seem to be.
With gallons of fake blood, gory props, a selection of horrifying lifelike masks, and people eager to wear them, scary clowns can seem all the more real. But Bonesaw Mill's name-off says this image of clowns on Champaign's Green Street is actually of a long-standing promotional method for the Bonesaw Mill Haunted House.
We dress up as zombies and we dress up as military people and clowns, and what we do is we go out and hand out flyers. And the whole goal was to spread the word social media-wise. People are taking their photos and spreading the word that way.
This marketing technique is made possible by volunteers like Holden. who commit their free time to invoke fear in others.
Mainly, we strive to make the guys who are like in their mid-20s with like their girl trying to be all macho, if we can get them to be screaming like a little girl, we've done our job, basically.
While the actors' enthusiasm, their hair, and scary makeup heightens their ability to frighten, Holden believes the clown hysteria and most fear in general stems from the scariness of the unknown.
We're interested by things we don't understand. And I feel it can just add to the experience when you go to a haunt. It's like, is it real or is it not?
During the day, the haunted house and clowns lose a lot of their horrifying effects. The equipment and special effects become visible, and yet the static expression on a simple clown mask still fuels this hysteria over clowns.
In Champaign-Urbana, all of this clown hysteria might just boil down to a couple of really excited and eager haunted house volunteers and some very realistic and expensive clown masks.
NAMUP believes these sporadic incidences of clown-inspired criminal activity take away from the Halloween season and reminds us that a little scare can be a good thing.
There's always a few people out there that can ruin it for everybody, and it shouldn't be that way because there's a lot of good stuff that happens out of Halloween. A lot of kids come here on a Friday night instead of doing who knows what kind of bad things, drinking or whatever it might be. We're having hot dogs and s'mores and paintball. There's a ton of fun stuff here.
In Champaign, I'm Elizabeth Dye, UI7 Newsbreak.
Prairie Gardens welcomed locals and visitors of the Champaign-Urbana area to celebrate the beginning of fall. From pumpkin decorating to pony rides to a petting zoo, there was something for everyone to help kick off the season. The Fall Festival is an annual event hosted by Prairie Gardens every October. Children of all ages get to enjoy hot apple cider as they walk through a straw maze, jump on ponies, and decorate pumpkins. The festival provides activities for families and their little ones and lasts for 2 full days. There will be more festivals in the CU area as we move into October.
U of I students turned the streets of Champaign into a dance floor late Monday night. UI7's Alyssa Musolf tells us about the Newman Dance Society swinging in the streets.
Students wait at the busy intersection of Bright and Green Street for the cross signal. As it changes, they quickly fill the street to show off their swing dancing moves. Newman Dance Society provides swing dance lessons each week, but once a semester, they hold swinging in the streets to advertise their club and let the students perform. Senior dancer Maura Carr has been attending lessons since freshman year and has turned the dancing into a family affair.
I was brought into Newman Dance Society because of my cousin who was an instructor my freshman year, and so we love to dance at family parties. We'll pull my cousins in, and my other cousins on campus, and they'll come to the dance lessons sometimes. At our big, 200-person family weddings, we'll be swing dancing together.
With only 25 seconds of cross time to dance, the students show their best moves of the semester. President Joe Lorenzini says dance is an important skill for students.
I just love seeing the passion of these students in swing dancing because there's so many opportunities in life to use dancing. When you're at some kind of a party or a wedding, this is such a great opportunity for people who just never learned dancing.
Student dancers say going to swing lessons every week helps them make connections on campus and relieve the stress of school.
It's a really nice way to just kind of step away from your homework for a little bit. Monday nights are always super stressful, so to be able to sit back, it's always just an hour, take an hour and dance with a bunch of your friends is a really great way to de-stress.
In Champaign, I'm Alyssa Musolf, UI7 Newsbreak.
Masaki, I've got to say, I really like the color of your tie.
Yeah, I don't know. I decided to wear pink because October, breast cancer awareness, I know that's, sort of the thing to do during that. I know there's a cancer awareness night at the Illinois soccer game tonight too, so.
Oh, I just woke up and I was like, well, pink's my favorite color, so just crazy that we're matching.
It works out, and then we ended up matching on screen, so, it's kind of, I don't know. I think pink's a good color on everyone.
Yeah, it looks great on you, I've got to say,
Thank
you. Well, that's all we have for this UI7 Newsbreak.
For more on our stories, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at UI7. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Just keep
right.
talking?
Yeah, I guess so.